Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to my Tuesday photo editing live stream where you can submit your images and I edit them here live uh, using Olympus Workspace or sometimes Lightroom depending on the camera. But um, as always, and I also put my picture out there for you guys to edit and send back. And it's always fun to see what you guys do with my picture. And I think it's a great tool. Being able to download an image and then try and apply these kinds of edits on your own, so you can really learn the software by watching what I do and looking at what others have done and trying to emulate that. So that's the whole purpose of this stream, is really just so we can just kind of hang out together, see what different photographers do with the same images and what I would do with yours. And I try to think out loud my thought process of what I'm doing when I'm editing, and I'm not a master editor by any means, but um, I have edited thousands and thousands of images, so hopefully I pick something up here and there. But anyhow, let's see who's here. We have a good small group here. Wow, 8 people looks like. Holy smokes. That's awesome. So John Yutse, Jonas, Dawood, good to see you. Bob is first. Always good to see you. And thanks for the emails with the updates. Bob sent me an email recently about doing landscapes with crop sensor cameras versus full frame, and I thought it was a great article. I may talk about that on Thursday a little bit, so we'll do that. And we have a handful of images here, so I will, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see, everything's working right. Good. Oh, Demorkin. Oh, you're still uploading? It's okay. I'll after I finish the ones here, I'll go back and check and see what new has come in. Because I don't have a lot today. It looks like just right now. Oh, hey, John, how are you? 3, 7, 11, 15. Oh, that's quite a bit. So we should, there's 14 images here. There should be at least 14 people watching, I would think, if not more. That's okay. This is stream says 1600 start. That may be why nobody's here. Oh, heck. What should I do? Man, I didn't mean to do that. The stream was supposed to start at 3 o'clock. Can that be right? Oh, hey, Simon, how are you? Yeah, you missed it. You can always watch it back later. It's currently 15:38. Oh, I must have gave myself a buffer. I see. Oh, heck. Well, you know what I'll do is, why don't we just do the viewer edits first, and then, oh, I didn't realize I gave myself such a big buffer. I usually don't. Usually I'm crammed for time. I thought I started late. What the heck? I'm 20 minutes early. That's crazy. I got time for coffee and everything else. Maybe have a cigarette. No, I'm just kidding. I don't smoke. But wow, yeah, we can goof off for 20 minutes. Man, I can't believe I started so early because I don't want to edit people. Let's see. Demorkin's here. I'll just I'll start with the people I know that are here. I see Demorkin and Bob sent one in, so I'll start with let's start with the viewer edits, and then I'll start with who's here, and then we'll go from there. Does that sound fair? I guess. I'm sorry, everyone, if you're watching this after the fact because I started early. I can't believe I started early. I could have let my dog out. Oh, Steve is here. Good, good. Lysippus? Wow, lots of people here. Probably people wondering what the heck, what robtrek started early. I guess I'm making up for all the times I started late. Yeah, I'll edit the ones who are here. Let's do that. But these are the edits that were sent in. Wow. Wow, this was a rough edit, I'm sure. I looked at this is from my photo walk I did the other day with the photo club, and every picture I took just sucked. I mean, I can't believe how bad my pictures were. You know, and our photo club has a little gallery where we post our images from the photo walk. I was too embarrassed to even put any of mine up. I don't know if David Crooks is here, but I know, right, Bob? Something is terribly wrong. But okay, we'll start with DeMorcan here, since I know you're here. All right, and we'll get my little timer. Not that I really need one, right? Because I'm so early. But oh, wow, we have this beautiful landscape here. And of course, the power lines, which you can never avoid. Um, this is straight, one to straighten out the hills. You're funny. The barns look straight, and that's what gives the image some perspective. It looks like it's just a hair off, maybe, but no, it's fine. And let's look at the EXIF data. We're doing EM10 Mark II with a 40 to 150 kit at 62 millimeters at 5.6, 1/320th ISO 200. And you dialed in a plus EV 3.3. Awesome. Hey, Matt, how are you? Good to see you. Uh, looks like, okay, so yeah, awesome settings as usual. The Morkin's obviously very competent photographer and a robtrek, you know, student, so to speak. Actually, I'm more of a student of you guys than you are of mine, right? Because I learned so much by looking at your images about composition and settings and things like that. And from time to time, I can offer some tips because you never know, right? Like I might do something that you never thought of, and vice versa. Um, but okay, let me start the timer and get started. Let's see. We have, I think the composition's good, but the sky, I don't think I can recover much here. Yeah, it's pretty much just gray. So I'm not going to do anything there. It'd be fun to do a sky replacement on it, but let's see where the colors are. So I'm going to do a pop art. I don't know if this contrast of green and gray works. So I think I'm going to go with black and white. Because there's really only two colors here, this gray and this green, greenish yellow. So this begs to be a black and white or a gentle sepia. Let me see. Where's that right here? Um, okay, I'll go with that for now. I'll add some vignette. Let's add a border. And let's see, let's go with crop wise. Let me see what a 16:9 might look like. I think a 1:1 works good with sepia. uh, just because a lot of the older film cameras were pretty much square or 4:5. This is pretty close. Maybe 4:5 or 5:4. Yeah, let's try that. And I'm going to keep a little bit of an edge here. I like this one tree over here, but and then I'm going to cut off this grass down here and just have the trees frame the image all the way around that way. And I think that looks pretty good. And then let's do some just a little more contrast. Even though that kind of goes against kind of the old film formats, they're usually a little bit hazy anyway, but um, we're not animals, right? We can. Okay, I think let me reset this tone curve. I'm going to try dehaze to bring out some of the details. I'm going to crank it up here, make it a little sharper rather than go soft and hazy. I'm going to go with that. And I think that's pretty much it. Yay, 4x5 is your chosen format. Good. And I think it works well for sepia for some reason. But I think, yeah, I'm going to call it right there. Not much else needs to be done. So there's my before and after. Yeah, I think that works. That works well right there. Maybe a hair more vignette because of the framing. Let me put a heavy vignette on it. Hey, Roman. No, it's not a new time. I had to adjust a little bit because I did an interview with Walter, who's here, by the way, in the chat section. Yeah, a little heavier vignette, and I think, excuse me, I think we're good here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. And let's see, Bob is here, so I'll do Bob's. And let's see, I'm gonna guess, I think I know Bob's camera, Olympus EM1 and the 14 to 54 lens from a 4/3 system. Let's see if I got that. Yeah, oh man, I'm way off. EM1 Mark II with a 14 to 54. I wasn't way off, I got the lens right. And f8 1/800th ISO 200 -30V pattern. Okay, looks good. Awesome settings. And oh, you know, DeMorkin, I rewatched the stream from Sunday. You wanted me to send you a copy of my edit, and I accidentally deleted it, but I have it in my trash folder. So I'm gonna go into my trash folder and pull it back out. And hopefully the edits I did, if the edits are gone, then I can re-edit it and send it to you. Because I know you'd ask me that one. I think it was the snowy picture with the pickup truck in it and the clock. So I'll send that to you. Okay, thank you everyone. You like that edit? Okay, good. Let's see. In this image we have, I think the crop is about right. It's good symmetry. It just needs a little bit more tweaking. Maybe a hair bit of straightening. And we need to be brighter. I'm not sure I need all of this up here. I kind of like just what's going on here. So I'm going to go with a square crop. And come down and just capture the center right there. I think I like that. And a tiny bit of straightening. Ooh, it's not straightening. It needs some keystoning. I think this way. Let me, yeah. Now let me see. Ah, that made it worse. Let me go the other way. All right. Yeah, that's the right direction. Now I can straighten a little bit. That looks good. Okay, now we're good. And actually, let me see what's, no, that's too wide. Yeah, there we go. All right, now let's do some Let's do a little dehaze, maybe about half, and some clarities to bring out the wires and the metal work here. And let's punch up right about here. Some brightness. Keep a little bit of shadow. That's a bit too much. Right about there. Crank in some sharpness. And I need to straighten just a tad more and then come in. Oh, come on. Come in a little bit on this side. Okay. It feels a tiny bit crooked. I'll have to, that's going to take a few minutes to get that perfectly straight, but you guys get the idea. And I can't stand it. Hold on. You do that. All right. I'm running out of time here. Just a tiny bit more here. And our white balance. Let me just try here. Yeah, that's better. All right, out of time. So before and after. And I had mixed feelings about the top part of this image where the wires were coming in, but there wasn't anything else in the image really. The only problem with this landscape crop that I did is I feel like you're not getting the same sense of height as you did with the vertical crop that Bob did originally. So that may be the only other edit worth trying is a vertical crop instead of this horizontal that I did. I just got a little bit obsessed with the keystoning problem and then lost sight of the actual depth or height of the image, which I think that's kind of where my edit has gone wrong here. But I do like the symmetry and everything. The only other thing, yeah, crop the bottom, maybe, yeah. I think a monochrome might work well to kind of give it this colder, a little bit colder feeling. Something like that. I think black and white works well too. To go with the wires and this steel, all this steel that they're using. But yeah, the scaling, I think a vertical crop would have been a better, I know I'm way over time on this, but a vertical crop would have been a better way to go. Like, oh, I don't know why Workspace is not letting me crop it vertically. Something like this to give it more scale, I think is an interesting way to crop it too. And cropping off the bottom, right? This is another way to go, but then now the top looks too big. So anyway, really it's just how you crop this is what makes all the difference. And let's see, I think I saw Simon here. Simon is here, so we'll do Simon's next. And looks like Simon shot this in camera as a black and white. And he used the EM1 Mark III with a Leica 25 f1.4 at f1.4, 1/32,000th of a second. Wow, you're really pushing it here. You should have probably shot this at like f4 and brought your shutter speed down, because that's maybe why it's a little bit dark, because your camera couldn't quite get the shutter speed fast enough. But I'm not over time. I'm still 5 minutes early, right? Let's go ahead and edit this. I think. Hey Lauren, how are you? Let me see. I think compositionally we're good. We got good balance top and bottom. I don't think. I think this is going to be a little bit too tight. But I generally, I'd like a wider crop to kind of accentuate the length of this tree and the height here. And then maybe gradation to auto, because it is a little dark. Again, I think your shutter speed was just not quite fast enough, or too fast. My brain is backwards today. Everything is opposite. I'm going to look at the color image. Let's see what's in the colors. Yeah, just green and blue. But I kind of like it. Let me look at monotone again. I don't know. I'm a little torn. I love black and white, but I think I'll do that. Some clarity for the sky. And let's add a red filter to bring the sky in more. That helped a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm with you, Lauren. I think I like the color a little better. Let me compress it just a tiny bit there. And maybe just dial in just a third of an EV brighter. A little bit less. Yeah, you couldn't decide either, right, Simon? I know, because the color is actually pretty attractive. Let me see if I put in vivid. Let's see what that does. Yeah, I actually, now that I've processed the black and white a little, I kind of like it better. Although this is not bad either. It just needs to be warmed up a tiny bit, like that. Just a little more. So this can really go either way. No, that's too much. 65 is about right. Yeah, Steven, I'm sorry. I did start a little early. But the people that were here already, I just said we'll just do their images first since they're already here. Yeah, dramatic tone. That's a good idea, Roman. Let me look at that real quick. Dramatic tone 2 is just a black and white version. I don't like how this is haloing over here. We'll let that finish rendering, but that's a little bit too dramatic for this scene. You know, this kind of scene needs to be more relaxing, right? So I like the color. Only thing I might do is just saturate the blues a little bit more. Like so. And bring the luminance down on the blues just a hair. And let's go ahead and compare. So, you know, what Simon did is he shot in camera black and white. So Workspace, even though it's a raw image, Workspace will apply those camera settings. And I really, you know, I think the crop to 16:9 helps. And I do like the colors here. Let me just throw in some sharpening. and then show you guys a full screen, and we'll let that render out. There, now it's rendered. But yeah, I think this would be a nice print if it were large, right? And also black and white wouldn't be bad either. It needs just a little bit of maybe a standard noise filter too. And we'll let that render out. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the noise. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I guess since there's cows down here, I would crank up the red saturation. Red's and orange. Oh, that's luminance. Hold on, saturation. Reds and oranges. And then hopefully that'll bring out the cows. I overblew them a little bit. Or horses. These are horses, not cows. There we go. Yeah, that did help. That did help punching up the reds on the horses down here. So yeah, really beautiful image and really well composed, I think. So the other thing we can do is a soft focus. I know I'm getting carried away. I shouldn't spend this much time on a single image. But it's just one of those images that, and then I would just have to bring this down a little bit. I think this looks really good too. A little bit of a soft focus. It blew the highlights out though, so I don't like that. But all right, let's go to, let's see who this is. Jan's, I'm not sure if Jan is here. I think I saw Jonas. Is this Joni or Jonas? John follows. I don't think I saw John here yet. Yeah. So let's see what else we got. We got one here from Jan, John, Alberto. Alberto, are you here? And Elewin. Well, Alberto's here. Okay, let's do yours. Looks like he sent it in twice. Let me see. This is a JPEG. This is, yeah, they're both JPEGs. So you sent it in twice. That's okay. Let me take a look at it. Wow, really nice sunset. Oh, I like these little birds down here. Man, I'm not sure. Let me, you know, sunsets are really good with wide shots. What did you shoot this with? Nikon D5200, 44 millimeters, f10, 1/400th. Yeah, all good settings. And John is here. Okay, I'll do yours next, John. I'm sorry. I'll do yours one after this one. Uh, look, ship shape. That's right. I'm going to explore vertical crop on this because I like the birds down here, but I think they get lost in the wide shot. What if I do that? We don't need to see all the bridge, and I think that'll fit. And it's a JPEG, so I'm not going to have a lot of wiggle room, but I think I just need to cool it off a little bit. It's a little bit too orange. But that may, yeah, that's helping a little bit. Because now I'm getting a little more blue up here. And let me fix the gradation, see if I can get a little more. See, there's more blue in the water and a little bit of blue up here by cooling it off. And then let's see if the gradation brings in a little bit more. I can always vignette it again. Yeah, I'm going to bring this up and then vignette it. I really like this bird right here in the front. It's just a nice little accent to an otherwise really generic scene, right? Because we've seen a million sunset pictures, but that little bird is really, I think, makes the image, even though it's not even 1% of the frame, probably less than 0.5% of the frame. All right, so let me just add a little vignette back in. Just to kind of offset these corners. Yeah, I want the corners to look just a little bit right. And then I can do the gradation again. All right, now the colors, it's orange. I gotta pull this back a little bit. Just one notch maybe. And give blue one notch. Pull off orange one notch. There we go. I'm gonna call it there. I think we're good. I think we're good. If I play with it too much, I'm gonna jack it up, right? So when you're done, right? You don't have to go, you don't have to spend a lot of time on an image necessarily. All right, let's do a before and after here. So yeah, uh, you know, the image on the left, there's some more tones in there, but because it's a JPEG, it's going to be hard to bring those out. Uh, but yeah, what caught my eye was this bird right down in here. That's what makes the image, I think. And the vertical just tightens it up so that that's all you see. I think they get kind of lost on this image a little bit because everything else is so overwhelming. But okay, that's a great shot though, really beautiful. All right, everybody should be here now, right? Because we're 8 minutes into the what time I said I would start. And God, I'm so used to starting uh, right after another stream. I can't believe I started like that, but okay. Let's see. I think we said we would do John Follows next, right? Yeah, you're welcome, Alberto. That was a great image. Yeah, it was great timing, right, Steve, on the shot. This is yeah, John. John is here, I think, right? Yep. Okay. So we have an EM5 Mark III with the 17 millimeter. Awesome combination. F4.5, 1640. Yep, all good settings. Interesting you chose spot meter. That's probably, I mean, it worked, but that was a little risky on a scene like this because there's light everywhere. So depending what you were spot metering. Okay, so compositionally, I like this dog running, and then the owner here. I wish I could let my dog off leash, but she'd be gone for hours before she came back. I'd be sweating bullets the whole time. Yeah, I think I can cut everything out on the right here and try and use this tree to frame the action here. This tree and this shadow to kind of frame. So that's where I'm going to go. Let's stick with a 4x3, but just come all the way in. And just frame it. Nice and tight here. Okay, good. And of course we'll sharpen, filters off. Make it a little bit warmer. Let me see, what else can I do here? I'm going to try a muted color look here with a number 2 partial. Let's see. And let's get her red coat back in. Oh, it's a little bit too muted. That's not the look I wanted. All right, through that. Instant film might be fun. Maybe a pale light. This might be right. Oh my God. These filters are just sucking it today. I'm gonna go with soft focus. And my tone curves at. I don't need too much light. Now it's too warm. Nothing white in the image, so I'm gonna have to eyeball it. And just go tighter on the crop more. All right. So let's do a before and after. And I don't know, I just tried to soften the scene up to make it more pleasant, because, harsh shadows and fine details make an image feel a little bit kind of, I didn't want gritty, I wanted it soft to make it more pleasant. And then the framing of the tree, letting the tree frame and this shadow kind of frame in everything, I think worked well. I wish there was a little better framing on that side. I bet some vignette would take care of that for me. About an 8. Yeah. I think that helps. So, yeah, I think that works. You think a couple inches off the bottom and some clarity, maybe. Maybe a little bit of clarity, definitely. Just to give it, because the soft focus pulls it back a little bit too much on a scene like this. But okay, let's move on. This one is from Jan. I'm not sure Jan is here yet, but since we're on regular time, let's go back. I did this one, this one, this one. Okay, we'll just go in regular order now. All right, let's see. We have an XT20. Wow. Haven't seen that here before. I mean, we've had Fuji's in the stream, but not an XT20. 1/4000 at f4, 50mm f2. Interesting. But I think, yeah, these are good settings overall. Really pushing it on the shutter speed, though. That's tight. But it worked. Okay. Um, I like, I like, is it's always awesome when you get pictures of old people because they have so much character, right? Um, I got to think about the cropping a little bit. This door is almost straight, but this door is kind of crooked, so we have some keystoning. But the problem with the keystoning is when you got people in your shot, keystoning is a little risky. Um, let me, because normally, keystoning is usually a little bit slimming. Let me see that. If I straighten it now, yeah, I need to straighten it now. Okay, close enough. And crop wise, 4:3 is good. Let's just come in off the left. I don't know if I need too much on the bottom. Maybe a square crop. That, yeah, that works for me. All right, we need some gradation. I want to bring out this side of her face a little bit, and then I can crush the blacks if I need to. Okay, and we can go pretty heavy on the vignette because there's not a lot, heavy vignette on a sky is a problem, but on an image like this, it's fine. And then let's bring out a little detail. Not that. We'll use a portrait. It's not here, sorry. Let's change this to, oh, it's a JPEG. I can't do it. All right. I was going to use portrait mode. We got good detail in here. Sometimes, when you take pictures of people, black and white works. I don't know if the tones are going to be right. And I love the green door and everything. Let me just bring a little bit down, bit up here. And let's use a yellow filter just to bring her skin up a little bit. Let's see if that's enough. I might have to go to orange. Let me try orange and then, yeah, I'm out of time. Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's do before and after. I think the color is equally valid kind of image. I really like that purple against that green. I feel like the color is just as valid. Yeah, either way, I processed it for black and white. So I'm gonna go with that, but um, I do like this purple and green a lot. All right, let me fix it. I can't leave it like this. Um, all I have to do is turn this down because it's jacking up her skin. Yeah, there we go. And if I can increase the purple, let me do that. Uh, in here. And this green. That is a very good point. That's a very, very good point, Lauren, about the crop. Let's go back to a 4x3. And he's right about the scale. Because she looks short. She's short, right? And by cropping in square, it it kind of takes away from me. Let me do this. Kind of takes away from the fact that she's just a small person, you know. Let me get a little bit off the edge here. Yeah, you're right. You're all good. But there we go. So keystoning fix, a little saturation in the purple and greens, and then gradation to kind of soften the shadow on her face. And I think that's a good edit there. So we'll do a before and after here. Yeah, color, definitely color. Because I don't know why, but that purple and green is a perfect combination against her, you know, skin tones and then the white window. Beautiful image. All right, let's see. That was Jan. Awesome image. All right, I've done those. That one I did, this one. All right, Kilo in. Let's see what we used on this one. This was a EM1 Mark II with a 12 to 40 Pro at 40 millimeters at 4/1250 ISO 200 plus one exposure comp. I had or plus point about a third of a stop. I'd have probably done a negative third and then tried to bring the shadows up. But it looks like you're fine. It's not a very high dynamic range scene. This looks like right around where I live. um, Shenandoah Mountains or something. I think crop wise, hmm, I need to let me let me see square, a little bit less sky. Let's try this. Make it wide. And I'm gonna go black and white. I'm gonna put a green filter for them to brighten these up, but then I'm gonna crush, just trying to get a little more dynamic range for the tones for the black and white. And yeah, we'll just do 100 here. Tiny bit of clarity for the sky. And then let's compress here, but then push here. spot remove the sky area with the bocce blue on the right? I don't see it. Hopefully I cropped it out. Uh, there. And let's just split tone it a tiny bit. Let's do a mild touch there. Kind of split between yellow and blue. Let me go to green and pull it down a little bit here. Just right there. No, I don't need any up there. If the red channel has any love. No, 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 no. Like it. Yeah, this cloud right here is bothering me too. I agree. But I don't like to edit out a whole lot because that's not like a small twig or something in the frame. That's a cloud that was there at the time. But it is distracting, so I will brush it out, but this is totally optional. Let's brush it out with something here maybe. Whoops. All that did was move it. Hold on. Start over here. There. Yeah, I already did 100% on the dehaze. Oh, I'm out of time. Crap. All right, hold on. Let's do it before and after. I would have liked to add a vignette, but there we go. So yeah, there's just way too much sky on the left side, and it takes away from anything you might want to look at on the mountains. I think a 16:9 crop works. Okay, good. Oh, thanks, Simon. Sepia, right? I can do sepia. Let's see what sepia looks like. But I added these color tones to it. That looks like crap, Lauren. I don't like it at all. All right, let's go to the next one. This is from Image Writer, and he's using the M10 Mark II. Hold on. Sorry, I'm getting weird messages. All right. We have EM10 Mark II, 40 to 150 kit at 5.6, 4000 ISO 200. All looks good. What is that? That's a rock with a little snow on it. Yeah, she is yapping away pretty hard. I gotta check. I'm sorry guys. I gotta check what's going on. All right, nothing's happening. You probably saw a squirrel or something, but when she's barking and my phone gives me these notes, because I got my phone tied to all the cameras around my house. Um, okay, so what do we have here? We have, I'm thinking, let me try. I don't know if that works. Yeah, that, I think I'll, oh, I can't do that with texture on this. I do it in Lightroom sometimes. I reduce the texture a bit. And I think that's it. I'm not crazy about the crop though. But I don't like these branches. I don't like this tree. I don't like this tree. I like these. I like this tree here and this tree here. Maybe if I come over more. No, I think this works for me. Yeah, vertical narrow. I just don't need too much sky though, Lauren, but I'll show you. Let me just come in a little bit like that. I think that's just too much sky. So on 1 by 1 works best. Right there. What branch are you guys talking about? That one, you guys are talking about this branch is over here? No, I think I'm going with this. I like this. I like this crop. 4 by 5 vertical. Yeah, maybe. That would work. Come in a little bit tighter. Yeah, that's better. 4 by 5 works. Okay, I like that. And then some vignette and we're done. Just about a 4, 5, not much. All right. Oh, this tree branch down here is what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. All right, I get that. Let me do that real quick. Um, I can't do it in a clean way. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do it in a clean way, but uh, we'll just leave it. So there's the before and after. But yeah, this branch, if you had Lightroom or something, it would clean that out. It would clean that off really nice. But yeah, I didn't like this tree and I didn't like this tree on the left. So vertical crop and get rid of the rest of that tree I don't like right there. And it'd be perfect. And then just a little bit of a cyan tint just to make it feel a little bit cooler. And we're good. Twigged at last. All right, let's see. This is from Lauren. Nice, Lauren. We never have to do much with Lauren's images. GX85, 45 millimeter f5.6. Good. Good settings. I like the mirror. I like this mirror here. This dude looking at this dude, but this dude's looking at his phone or something. Oh, what a beautiful car. I would love to have this. It's just weird that this line just needs a little bit of straightening. And maybe I'll add some split tone to it. Yeah, a little gradation, right? Richard Francis. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just a little bit on the gradation side. Um, do not straighten. Well, I only straightened it a smidge. It's still crooked, the car. I just had to straighten this line right here, just a smidge. uh, Car had damaged the fender area. I think, and then let me see if any kind of toning might work. Let's go with a cyan kind of tone in the highlights. And yeah, a little bit of red in the shadows maybe. All right, I'm done. Like I said, Lauren's images never need much work. So, the cyan's a little bit strong. Hold on. Let me back that off a little bit. There. But yeah, I think that looks good. And then putting the red back in where the people are in the shadows, I think works, that split tone. I think that's a nice split tone. Then of course bringing up the shadows a tiny bit, just so you can see this guy a little better, right? And this guy, because they're a little bit dark over here. A bit off the top, maybe. Yeah. Hey, Corna, how are you? A bit off the top. Cut off this guy's head. I don't know. I think it's good. The spacing over here is tight already. I think cutting off the top would make the bottom look a little bit too heavy. So it's a good crop. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Lauren. Yeah, a little bit of light, a little bit more brightness on the people, because they're really the main subject. You know, if the hood, if the convertible is up, then yeah, the car would be the main subject. But okay, I need to get a massage, man. I haven't had a massage in years. You'd think all of them, well, anyway. Let's see what we got here. Gilbert, EM1 with a 40 to 150 Pro and a teleconverter out to 210 millimeters, f11. It's a little high. The image is going to be soft when you're at f11, 1/80th of a second, so your shutter speed is slow. So again, another reason for this shutter speed is way too slow. So the images, man, this, I would be surprised if this is sharp. It's not. Yeah, a little bit rough. So these are not good settings. I would have shot this like at f5.6, and that would have brought your shutter speed way up to something compatible with this focal length. And your ISO, you know, whatever the base ISO, I would have done 200 base ISO. I think that's the base ISO on that camera. But okay, let's see. It's a beautiful picture though otherwise, right? And there's not much color. There's a little bit of blue here. It's already kind of split tone. And I don't know if there's any point to bringing up the shadows here. It's like I said, it's a JPEG, so I'm not going to have much room. Oh, you know, I have a 39, the screw mount type filter. I think it's an M39. And I did get infinity focus. I'm not sure what you mean by C distance though. I'm not familiar with that. But I do have one screw mount lens and one adapter that I've used on that Micro Four Thirds. And it, you know, manual focus is fine. I don't know what you mean by C distance. That's a little beyond me. Best I can do. Let's see. Just maybe shift the red. I'm really liking this red tone curve today. We'll shift it just a little more. And let's work with the tones. Okay, I'm going to call it right there because the image is pretty much done. The crop is good. I mean, crop-wise, I don't know. I mean, the only other thing might be, nah, that doesn't work at all. I mean, it kind of works, but there's so much detail lost. It's better to just stick with the original. Maybe, yeah, maybe a little off the corner. So a 16:7. All right, so there's the before and after. So just a little bit of crop. The ship is a little bit too small in the final image. So I just cropped in to make the ship a little bit, or that boat. It's not really a ship, but that boat a little bit more prominent in the image. But I like the tones and everything all the way across it. I just added a little bit of a cyan red to it, and that's it. Maybe a little more red in the highlights. That might not look bad. And Lauren's asking, oh, a ZM39 from Zenit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have an M39 screw. I don't have, I'm not familiar with the ZM39. Let me add a little more red to the highlights just to give it a little more sunsetty feel. Right? I bet the green highlight, not green, but yeah, we'll pull this down and pull this back up. All right, now I'm done. Uh, you know, tint to taste. basically. I just tried to give it a little more of a sunsetty feel. I would have to adjust the water a little bit. I kind of pushed it a little bit too far with the reds, but I think that looks pretty good. Just make the ship a little more prominent, a little bit of a crop, and we're good to go. But yeah, beautiful image there, Gilbert. See what we have here. Lauren with the sepia. All right, Peter. Let's see. We have the EM10 Mark II with a 14 to 42 kit, 42 millimeter at 5.6, 1400. Yep, good settings. Negative 30 V, very good. And obviously we got to straighten it. So let's do that. And prop wise, let's take a little bit off the left. We don't need, that is the most interesting tree, so we'll take a little bit off the right, but now it's just a little bit too heavy on the left side, I'm sorry. The left side's kind of heavy. That's all right. Let's do a little more straightening. And Peter's right leg's a bit longer. Oh my God. Let's add some sharpness. Turn off this filter. And you guys should remember to turn off the filter in your camera. Because if you're shooting at base ISO all the time, you just don't need a filter. Let's go a little bit surreal. And whoops. Pull that in. Pull it up. All right, this is what I need to do. I need some gradation. Because I'm crushing the blacks a bit too much. All right, that's better. Now I can pull this up a little stronger without losing the... I was losing all the highlight detail here. Yeah, the EM10s definitely have a level meter. Because I used to use it for my real estate photography, so I know it has a level meter, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to cool it off a tiny bit, or do it... Nah, the temperature is about right. I just need to tint it a little bit. Again, I go with the red. And we'll just add a little bit of red to the highlights here. And then pull back on the shadows. Tiny bit. A little bit more red here. And let me see where I'm at. I'm debating if this soft focus filter was the way to go or not. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. So all right, let's go with that. So I kind of decided not to go with the soft focus and just go with this. This blue sign down here is distracting. gotta brush that out. And just do that. All right, there we go, before and after. So yeah, a little straightening, a little tinting, and of course some contrast and stuff. But I think that works. It's just the picture's a little bit heavy on the left side. But there's nowhere else to go in terms of cropping to balance it. I mean, I like this, balances a little bit, but then I don't like these trees. So, and then, you know, obviously getting rid of all the sidewalk down here. Um, that just takes away from sort of like this, because when you look at it, the way it's cropped, you don't know how much land is around it. It could go on forever, right? But a sidewalk would just borders it a little bit. All right, Peter, nice shot though, really nice. I don't know if that's a house, somebody's house, or some kind of building. All right, let's see. This is from Jacob Lindner. And it looks like this is some kind of arboretum, abandoned arboretum of some kind. Wow. Either abandoned or it's just, you know, that time of year I don't know. I don't know anything about these things. So yeah, too much grass, too much sky. Let me see a dramatic tone real quick. That's not helping it at all. So we have to kind of go with a very um, gray, kind of sad mood, I think. And oh, first time, all right, awesome, Jack. Yeah, I think you were here last week, but you didn't submit anything, right? So I'm glad you got something in this time. So I have to go with something kind of sad though, because it really is a sad scene. But there's just way too much dead space, negative space that doesn't help. Uh, I'm gonna try and balance maybe this. This down here. I didn't even look at the EXIF data. Let me look at that real quick. EM10 Mark II, 14 to 42. Ah, let's see. 22 millimeters, f8. One. Yep, good settings. Good settings, I think. Let me do. What if we do super wide and just come in? I'm going to have just enough on the right to balance this heavier side on the left. Okay, that's good. And definitely some sharpness and no filter. And monotone. Well, you know, maybe let me see. Let me see how strong the colors are here. This blue and green, I hate that. All right, never mind. We'll go monotone. And let's do a red filter to crush the greens a little bit more. And yeah, a ton of the haze, clarity. That, and then, yeah, we'll tint it. And maybe a little bit cyan in the highlights. Right. Yeah, this way. And add a touch of green. No. Oh, that looks like the Matrix now. The movie. But let's pull back a little bit here. We'll leave the highlights alone there. And just a little bit more push in the overall image. Okay. Tiny bit of straightening. Now, extra long doghouse, yeah. All right, I think I'll call it right there. So there's the before and after. Um, I think you got the right approach to the scene, given where you were standing, and your settings were perfect. So really, yeah, this picture just needed to be edited. I don't know if in the field, like when you're actually taking the picture, what I would have done differently. I don't think I'd have done anything differently than you did in the initial image, but editing it to this level where it's cropped in and balances everything out, I think works. Because now, see, if I make this full screen, it's a little bit more interesting, right? This way. Because now you can see that it's empty, right, everywhere. And there's a broken window. And it's a backdrop to all those apartment buildings. So I think, yeah, I think that works. Okay. Oh, thank you, Wiley. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Jack. Or Jacob. I'm sorry, it's Jacob. Let's see. I think I did this one already. All right, so let me go back to this my folder here and see if anything came in since I, oh my goodness, a bunch of stuff came in. Not too much. Let me download them real quick. Download. Only 4 came in. One from Steve G, one from Richard, and some edits by Walter of my image. And DeMorkin. Make sure. All right. Let's see if they came in here. There's one by Richard. And the other one by Steve is a Nikon file, so it's not going to show here. So let's do Richard's first. Pick me. You have to go next because I have to open up Lightroom, which is since it's a Nikon file. Okay, Richard. This looks good. It's already cropped and good balance here on the left. I like this rush of wave coming in and then also hitting the lighthouse here. And the wide crop just gives this ocean some scale. So I don't know if there's much else I need to do. This is a GFX 50. That must be a bridge camera. I'm not familiar with that camera. For the 100 to 200 f11, this is a little high, f11. 1.5, but your shutter speed's high. I don't know what this camera is capable of though. So it might have forced you to do Metering mode pattern. Yeah, I can't. It's hard to say with this camera what's possible, what's not. But let's just make it a little more dramatic. I think, I mean, dramatic tone doesn't work well with JPEGs, but let's see what happens. Yeah, that just banded the heck out of it. But I like what it did to the ocean. That's kind of what I was going for. So see if I can do this manually without jacking up the skies. Wow, you took this yesterday? Wow. Um, I really want to, and then I got to tone. I don't know if I can tone the blues down without banding, but I'm gonna hit all three and hope for the best here. Ah, that banded the heck out of it. So I can't do that. How about just luminance? All right, that's good. And then let's pop the green a little bit. I'm gonna pop this green just a hair. I have to do a lot to get it to show. Let me shift this a little bit green. Bit green here. Maybe not that much. There we go. Luminance on the blue. Okay. And how did I get clarity for these speculars here maybe? Let's see if that helps. Just a tiny bit. Then we'll just add a little bit touch on the white balance. Right about there. Because it looks almost like, because of the shadow here, it's almost like it's near sunset already. Because there's harsh shadows all down at low and then all on the left side of this building. And then maybe a slight tilt right about there. Bob says it's a Fuji medium format. Oh, okay. GFX 50S, duh. I don't know what I was thinking. I went the whole other way direction, a medium format, or I went with a bridge camera and it's actually medium format. All right. Yeah, just send me the raw next time. Then I wouldn't get all this banding and all the speculars, right? So let's do a before and after. I think I was really going for the water here to be more dramatic. So that's what I tried to do. And then a slight shift in white balance and all of that. But a raw image would come out much cleaner, if I was editing the raw. But it's a great image. I think that came out really well. Banding and JPEG artifacts aside, this is an awesome picture. All right. Oh yeah, Workspace works on my high-res shots for Olympus cameras. No problem. No problem at all. It's your new toy, huh, Richard? Yeah, that's nice. One day I'll get a medium format. All right, let's go to Lightroom. And yeah, the clarity, I did put some clarity in already, Lauren, but if I put too much in, then it just was adding more artifacts and things. This is from my sucky photo walk I did. My pictures just came out. Look at these. These just suck so bad. Hold on, it's still loading. This is the image I sent you guys, though. I didn't even bother to edit it. I thought it was an interesting image. This is the original image that we're going to be looking at. We're going to look at the viewer edit. Oh, no, I need to do Steve's. I'm sorry. Let me finish the editing first before I start talking about my crappy photo walk. All right, there we go. So viewer edits, synchronize. Give that a second. I mean, a workspace won't handle a raw file from any other camera than Olympus, but it definitely handles the high-res shots. All right, let's see if there's anything else. There's one here. I've done all of these. There's one here. Wow, there's a lot here from other cameras. Wow, look at this. This one. This one. Dang, I thought I was almost done. I think that's it. Right, that, did that. All right, good. I assume one of these is yours, Steven. Let me see. You had the snowy kind of thing, right? So I said I would do yours next because you're here. I know you're here anyway. I'm sure everyone else is here, but so we used what? A Nikon D700. Oh, awesome camera. Wow. With a 70 to 200 f2.8, good lens. Yep. Good settings, f11. ISO 200. Yep. This is all good stuff. Oh, hey, Walter, you're still here. Yeah, this is pretty awesome shot, right? Let's develop this. Man, I love that D700. If I can get one for about 200 bucks, I might get one. Let me just click auto here. And I'm going to warm it up a little more just to give everything sort of that, you know, kind of sunsetty golden hour look. A little bit of a, let's see, this is the shadow. Let's tint it a little bit blue just to cool it off. Like so. But then the highlights, I want to be orange. Right in there. Oh, I didn't put my timer on. All right, right there and the highlights. Right there. And cropping wise, I'm gonna go 16:9. That'll get rid of that top left. Not crazy about this branch here. I like this right here. And what if I come way in? I mean, it's a 12 megapixel camera. So coming way in might be an issue. Somewhere in here, let me see. There's still trees popping up here. That's kind of killing it. I'll just include more on the right side. Kind of work with that. There's trees popping up into the frame here. I might as well put a tree over here to balance it. So I'm going to do that. And Steve says bottom right. Narrow, and Lauren says narrow. Take the left and right branch out near the top. Yeah, that's what I did. But let me see what Steven is thinking. Bottom right. The bottom right is just this mess over here. But let me see. Yeah, I don't like the sky, and I don't like this tree branch. So I'm gonna stick with this. A 6x4. Why would I want to go kind of squarish? 6x4 is pretty close to 16x9. Really close. I think we're close enough. And then I'm just going to brush this stupid branch out right here. And all right, let's work on some contrast and we'll call it from there. I'm going to push the saturation a little bit. I always like to do it this way. I know most people add vibrance. I like to subtract vibrance and add saturation. Tiny bit of dehaze. A little bit of clarity. Let's pull back the texture. And Stephen Page keeps saying to the right. I still don't agree with that. I just don't see anything to the right that I want to keep. I like this mountain right here. Let me just cool it off just a tad. And we'll do that. Yeah, the snow's a bit too warm, right? I'll fix that. Fix that. Let me just turn this off. There. Need a little more orange in midtones. Okay. Oh, out of time. All right. What was the last thing I wanted to do? I wanted to add a little sharpening and then I'll call it. Let me pull it off the skies. Yeah. Back this off a little bit. Too far to the left. Oh, I'm starting to see that. You're right. Dang it. Let me pull off the left side a little bit. Balance it. Yeah, I see what you guys are saying now. I'm going to balance it this way, give it a little more headroom. Let's see. Yeah. All right, now I'm done. Maybe 1x3. I don't know what 1x3. I've never used that. I'd have to. Wow, that's tight. That's too tight. I lose all the trees. I'd have to do this, but maybe. I think that's a bit too wide. Yeah. So let me go back. I think this is the right crop. All right, so let's do a before and after because I'm way over time now. And reset and compare. Okay, so there's before and after. Yeah, the cropping, I guess you got to crop to taste. I thought Walter's idea was a little too tight. And I get I was a little bit too far to the left though, my initial crop when I was editing. But unfortunately that didn't affect any of the other colors and everything else I wanted to do. Which is, oh, come on. This one, this is the final edit, basically, right? Yeah, it's beautiful though, man. That D700, even though it's a 12 megapixel camera, man, it's still, you get the right lens on there. It's awesome. All right, let's go back to the first one. And this is from Wiley McLaughlin, 1/20th of a second. So we're trying to get a little bit of a water here, little motion blur. ISO 200, Nikon D80. Wow, an oldie but a goodie. Look at that, the 18-105. Man, that was the kit lens for the D80 back in the day. So yeah, 1/20th. Yep, all looks good. Compositionally, let's see. If we develop this, let me click auto just to get it started. Wow, look at the D80. That has an old CMOS sensor in it too. You know, like the previous generation of sensors for digital cameras. I mean, they still make CMOS sensors, but I'm just saying for consumer level stuff, they generally aren't available anymore. I think just crop so I get the one corner of the stair in. And I kind of like the spiral action here a little bit, and this coming right into it, but then this ceiling is, I gotta get rid of that. So let's try, I think right about there, 4x5 is perfect. And I need to get too much shadow information yet. There we go. Do that. And a little bit warmer. Maybe a little warmer. Tiny bit more in the shadow. And then we'll add some texture and dehaze. There we go. A little texture. Now let's go the other way. Yeah. A little less clarity. Just to soften it up a little bit. Oh, not that much. Perfect. And I'm going to brighten the shadows up again and then just bring in a vignette. Because what was bothering me was the shadows here. I'm going to do that and then bring a vignette in. Ah, there it is. Okay, crank that up. No, that ain't doing jack. All right. And all right, with the colors, let's work with the colors a little bit. I don't need them to be too strong, but I do want some more color contrast. And I need these greens to be a little bit different. Maybe this magenta. I don't know if I can do it with white balance. A little bit. And let's back this off a little bit. Put it off to saturation. See if I can bring in a little bit of light painting here. Ooh, that's noisy. Bit here or in here. And a little bit negative. All right, I'm out of time, so let's let's do before and after. All right, so there's a before and after. Um, yeah, I think that came out really well. Good old Nikon D80, man. That was a heck of a camera. And this was from, I forget who sent this in. Oops. This was Wiley McLaughlin. Thank you very much. It was great to see the old D80 in action. I actually have that camera and lens downstairs. One of my first cameras in Nikon when I was shooting Nikon. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you guys. You like that edit? All right. That came out pretty well, I think. Um, let's see. This is from Dawood. Okay, Dawood. Checking out some books here. DMC G81 with 18 millimeter on the 12 to 60 f3.9 ISO 400. Yep, all looks good. Not much you can do indoors, right? Uh, and let's see, is anything in photo? Little motion blur here, but at 1/60th of a second. That's a little surprising. Uh, Whoops. Actually, let me use the auto tool. We were talking about that in the last stream. All right, that's good. And let's use the arm. The hand is always the most interesting thing, right? I don't know if black and white, color, see where the colors are. White balance is a little bit too warm. And I'm gonna go black and white. I don't like any of the colors in here. This blue is just, if this blue was a little better, maybe, but uh, and some vignette. I touch that, but I really want to be here. I think that's it. Look at the color. Hmm. Actually, color's not bad. Now that I've adjusted all the tones and everything, I kind of like the colors now. A little bit more color denoise here. Pair of just normal noise reduction. Okay. All right, I'm going to call it. I'm thinking I'm going to stay with color. I actually like the colors now. Now I can see this yellow and blue, and they kind of work together now. So let's do before and after. Reset that and compare. Oops. So there's, oh, come on, stop it. So there's the before and after. Yeah, I just needed the arm to be more prominent. I wish it was coming into the frame a little better and not going out of frame. Uh, you know, this top row of books I just didn't find very interesting. So maybe, I mean, maybe a crop on the top side, but I like this row of books in the back. Okay. Anyway, that's the best I can do with that. That's Dawood, right? All right, Dawood, thanks. I mean, the black and white is kind of an option, but let me swap it. You know, but I don't know. I don't think black and white works. I think the color works much better. All right. Let's see. We have this one, X20. So you know this is Surge. Man, he's got more than his money worth out of this camera. 105, 6.4, 100. Yeah, looks good. And there's just not enough of anything in this scene here. I'm gonna just crop the heck out of this one. This is the only thing I like in the picture. Is this window that's kind of halfway open. And there. Haze and clarity. Texture. Cut off a little bit. And some vignette. Sharpening. Pull in this. Don't see Juliet. I know, right? I went out with a girl named Juliet a few times. Way too young for me, though. I think I'm going to call it here. I don't see much else I can do. Just let me look at the crop. I mean, if I make the window just a smaller piece of the pie, I don't know if that helps. A little more tilt. Uh, No, I hate that. This this window is it. And then the rose bush can frame it a little bit. A little more headroom. And I can come into the frame this way, but that's it. Oh, all right, so there's the before and after. Yeah, Serge. I mean, it's kind of a neat house, but you can't see it. I like what the house might be with all that stonework and red, red windows and everything, but everything's hidden. So, and all that bush down there just doesn't help. So, that's the best I can do there. All right, let's see what else is in here. Oh, this one, right? I think that's the last one I need to edit. All right. Oh, this looks familiar. This is the same place, but without the statue and blocking everything. Because I think we were further right in the scene in the last image, but this image here, we're a little bit further left. So I recognize these mountains and these buildings. Who is this from? Stephen Page, right? Okay. Um, so I'm guessing this is the same scene, just from a different point of view. Uh, Sent in something with loads in it again. Yeah. So what did you use on this? This is the EM10 Mark III. I wonder why this didn't... Oh, because you sent it a little late. All right. With the kit lens. Uh, 14 millimeter f5. Yep, all good settings. Um, I'm just trying to find some composition here. It's just, like you said, there's so much in here. Oh, let me turn my timer on. Let me just crop. Yeah, I think Bob and I are kind of on the same page here. Maybe. Yeah, I think that works. See if we can do the auto correction. That helps a little bit off. And I can pull, normally I would use Workspace for this, but since I'm already in Lightroom, okay. Okay, Wolf Tick, we'll see you later. Let's see. What if I hit auto here? That looks like crap. Man, that looks like crap. Yeah, let me soften it a little bit that way. Lauren says, want to bet the focus will not be at the top, headed into the danger zone. We're at like F5, right? So it's not going to matter. It's a tiny bit out of focus, but everything is kind of. Um, I think, yeah, the front left tree, yeah, that makes sense. Uh, I'm just going to do a sky replacement because I haven't done that in a long time. Come on, Photoshop. Crop from just the right of the left of the building and use the left side of the image. Okay, maybe. I can try that. Where's the sky? Oh, man, I finally got a photo job this week. Whew. It'll be either Saturday or Monday. Man, I kind of hit a dry spell there for 7 or 8 weeks. Well, not 8, but about 7 weeks. Let's see. I forget how to do sky replacement. Um, where is it? Edit. There it is. Let's just do a quickie. All right. So now I have to white balance it off a little bit. I just have to warm it up a little bit or cool it off. Something. Let me use a gradient. Like right there. All right, so before and after, I guess this one, create virtual copy, reset. And so there's the before and after. Yeah, sky doesn't quite match the scene, but um, yeah, that's right, Lauren. You got to leave the lid down on the bathroom seats. What's the other idea somebody had here? My photo was outside. Oh, really, Dawood? Open bookshelf. Oh, yeah, I've seen those before. Yeah, I get that. That's why you're wearing a jacket, or somebody's wearing a jacket. Oh, thanks, Richard. Yeah, finally. Wow, I was really in a dry spell. Uh, what was the idea? Somebody had an idea here. Let me scroll up. I liked, oh God, not a left focus everything in these days. To me, it's an image of two halves cropped from just the right of the left building. So here, and use the left side of the image. So let me go back to my original edit here. So you're saying crop to the left side and use the left side of the image. This side. And maybe, let's go back. Maybe like this. Maybe. Yeah, that works. Hold on. Let me get this more of this tree in and come up. That's not too bad. Not too bad. I think that works too. That's a legit, that's a legit, I think that's a legit edit or crop. Keeps the statue in and everything, right? I mean, I'd have to, I'm not crazy about this tree being cut off, but maybe a more square crop would fix that. Too tight. No, I liked it the way it was before. The 4x5 was good. And then just give it a little breathing room. And come down and come up. A little more. Something like that. Okay, let's go to the viewer edits, but something like that. You would definitely have to work with this crop a little bit. Right in here, and then I would change the editing a little bit to have just a little more contrast, like that. A little less texture editing. Yeah, okay. That's good too, right? All right. Let's go to the viewer edits here. So take this off. So dang, well, we saw the original image was crap. I'm sorry I sent this to you guys. I just did not I just didn't send you guys a good picture to edit, but let's see what you did. I'll pull it up. Let me pull up the original edit just in case you've joined late. This is the original piece of crap image I had. I was thinking, you know, the way the branch or the fallen branch is framing, this fallen tree is framing the sunlight reflecting, and then there's some reds in there. I said, you know, but okay, so that's the original. Let's hope you guys did something magical with it. um, it was fun to edit my photo. Wow. This is from, I can't even guess. Maybe I'm gonna say Lauren. Lauren crops in tight and then does sepia. So let's see. Oh, where's my button? I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I think I got Walter's edit in here. I did get it. This is from Alberto. Okay, Alberto. Interesting. New branch in photography. Wow. Okay. Little vignette. Didn't like my little sunspot in the image. Just went with this. But yeah, this is a tough image. And this, you got rid of all the mess out of it. And you kept the red. So, see, you saw the same thing I did, right? The sun, the red colors, and then this branch framing it. So this reduces it down to just those basic elements, which I think is good. This is from Bob. Okay, Bob. Yeah, you and I, see, God, we think alike so much when it comes to composition and framing and the things that we see in an image. It's really interesting how close we are on a lot of things. Because this is very similar to what I would do, I think, if I were to edit this. I didn't edit this image. But if I did, this is probably what I would do. But okay, good. Wow, okay, I like this. This also simplifies it quite a bit, right? Just down to the one fallen tree. But then the reflections are so busy, it's hard to get around that. It's hard to look at the image, right? Um, but yeah, this is a good one. Who did this one? Ivan. Oh, good job, Ivan. That's not bad. Okay. Let's see. This one here, yeah, we went with, instead of a landscape, it's a vertical of the same part of that fallen tree. But I think muting all the colors out, I'm not sure. I'm not liking this one too much. It's not your fault, whoever this is the image just sucks so bad. But let's see. Uh Matt. Okay, Matt. Nice try. Nice try. Like I said, this was a tough image. Um okay, this is not bad. Not bad. He brought out the tree itself out and kept the sun. I mean, I say that because that was my original intent, was to frame this reflection of the sun. So I'm a little bit partial to this kind of edit. Who did this one? This was from Joni. Okay, Joni. Nice. Very similar to what I would have done, I think, too. But that looks pretty good. And this one, wow. This feels like a Surge or a, God, who used to say, I haven't seen anything from him in a while. Neo, I haven't seen Neo's stuff in a while. Let's see who this is. This is from Image Writer. Okay, yeah, Image Writer does a lot of this too. Really strong colors and just a slight crop, it looks like. Not bad. I like the colors in this. It's too bad the image itself is bad, but the colors are really good. Good job with the colors. You really brought the reds out, I think. And this, oh my God, this is cutting my eyes open. Just because it's already a lot of, the scene is already very busy. John follows, and this just makes it even more busy to the point that you really don't know what this picture is until you really look at it, right? Wow. Okay. And okay, this is another good edit with the colors. I like the colors on this. It's more vintagey looking. Let's see. John follows. Okay, John, not bad. You brushed out the sun. I guess you didn't like the reflection of the sun in the water, huh? um, wow. That's interesting. What did it look like with the sun? Let me see this versus, yeah, it kind of works without the sun too, I guess. Hmm. All right, cool. All right, let's see what else. Oh, I like this one. I like this wide crop. It wasn't a Sunday. It was, I did take it on Sunday, actually, this image. Kilo in, good job. Good job. I like this edit. I don't know why. I like it though. Because again, it had, yeah, the mood. That's it, Demorkin. You hit the nail on the head there. This has a very different mood, right? I like that. That's what it is. It's the mood. It's nothing about the composition, but the mood of the colors and everything. Hmm. This is hardcore sepia, and you brushed out the sun. Wow. Yeah, that's a rough one. Not a big fan of this one. Um, John follows. Didn't you do an edit of this already? One of them, anyway. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Okay. Nice effort there. And this is not bad. It's very muted. I prefer the couple of ones back where there was a little bit more richness in the color. But this is a very wintry kind of feel to it, right? And this is from Steve G. Okay. I think this crop works best out of all the crops I've seen so far. And the color, it was round, smooth area around the sun. So, yeah, it's a little bit muted for my taste, but I like the crop and everything. And this one is all about the sun and a tiny bit about the branch. And then, yeah, I get it, right? You're trying to get rid of all that busyness in the scene because it was so busy with all the reflections and everything. So this is not bad. Just a hair bit too dark, but my God, the coffee wore off. I'm gonna have to get another hit here soon. But yeah, okay. I like this edit. Who did this one? Marcel. Okay, good job, Marcel. Very dark. This looks like it could have been taken at night almost. If you'd have gave this image a bluish kind of tint, it could have been like a moonlight shot instead of a sunlight. All right. Oh wow. So this image has just been softened up to the point to get rid of all the crazy contrast in it. And you kept the red and you kept the sun, you kept the framing. I like everything about this. This is probably my favorite so far. See, because you didn't crop to, oh, Serge. Good job, Serge. Yeah, I like this one. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting everybody yawning, right? Yeah, I know. I can't believe you guys, well, not you guys, but sometimes I wonder if I just put my whole audience to sleep. All right. Yeah, that's a good edit. I like the framing. And yeah, it's a good reproduction. It's more faithful, more purist. Who did this one? This was oh, another one by Serge. Okay, so this is Serge. I like this one, Serge, better than this one, but this one is a little more purist, right? Uh and then this one, uh no. It is kind of interesting though how this log almost looks like it's shaking its own hand. The way it bends, it almost looks like it's like this, but Dawood, okay, Dawood, interesting that you saw this part of the branch. I didn't notice that before. But you found this part of the tree the most interesting, which it is. I think the most interesting part of this tree is right here. So that, yeah, it's a good eye for that. Not crazy about this red though, but it's very different. This would be very good. Like if you did this with black light, or something, and it lit up at night in the room. Remember those days, those black lights from the 70s? And people would get these black light posters. This would make an interesting black light. Yeah, dark cinematic look, right? Yeah, definitely. I think green might have worked better than red in that case, but yeah, this is cool. This is not a bad. This is not bad considering what we started with. Oh my God, this is awful. This looks like just like an old wall, and the paint's peeling off and cracked from like 1,000 years ago. What's DeMorcan? Oh my God, DeMorcan. That's what this looks like. This looks like just like a wall that's all dry and cracked and peeling. Interesting though. Wow. All right, DeMorcan. Art is art. Yes, it's art. Exactly. I could see this going. I don't know. I don't know where I would see this, but it's kind of got a negative effect too, like a reverse of the luminance. Oops, I think that's the last one. All right. Actually, there's some decent edits in here. Like I like that one. I like this one. I like, I like, I like, I like them actually. Ah, this would be a good example of taking like the worst picture ever and trying to get something out of it. This is your mind on drugs. Just a LUT applied to it. Okay, DeMorgan, that's cool. All right, so I'm going to call it because I'm about to fall asleep. Oh my God, I slept plenty last night. I think it's just the coffee wore off. So, hey, everybody, thanks for sending the images in for me to edit, and thanks for editing my image as well. I know I gave you guys a hard one this week, but I'll try and make it a little better for Thursday. And but other than that, I always appreciate your time, spending it with me this afternoon, especially if you've been here for both streams with Walter. But Walter's thinking about doing his own photo editing live stream. So keep an eye on his channel, subscribe, hit the bell and all that stuff and see it. Because he uses Capture One, whereas I use like Workspace mostly. But thanks again, and we'll see you back on Thursday.